because Anuradha went past him and nearly had him in that penultimate lap, but he was patient enough, confident enough to be able to hit him up in that last lap and completely change the whole story and surprise Anuradha, because he thought he had it, and Charles Daniel never let it go past. That is what it's all about. The courage and the strength and the guts to be able to take those risks makes it such a big story, and the big boys coming out made it very special for all of us, as Mayan Madhugala is back, the expert who was going to talk us through this, the next colourful, because it really just adds a lot of colour when you see these machines come onto the tarmac.
He's come back after his treatments. I brought him a few more. Maybe he'll enjoy it.
Yes, a little lunchy box in a little cardboard thing. How nice.
Open it. Surprises galore. Right. Well, back to racing. Clement Senaratne. There you are. Now he's got a new look. He's got a beard. I saw him in the morning. Had a chat with him. We just passed, I think, Chandima Gooneratne, who was on pole. And that's the cameras on Clement Senaratne. Now, so those of you watching at home, all these formula, there are two races being run concurrently. One is the carburetor version, and the other one is the EFI, fuel injection. There's all Suzuki, Maruti Suzuki, Suzuki engine cars, and they're off.
So there you go, the Formula McLarens on screen for the first time today at the Katukurunda Tarmac Championships. Nice to see the McLarens come out as well. It's a nice sight.
Oh yeah, because they're all equally powered, except two categories that run in this race. One is the carburetor version, other one is the EFI. Those of you, maybe some of the cameras, when they home in on some of the cars, you see a slight bulge at the back of those cars.
The modification.
No, yes, that is because to accommodate the carburetor. So that's the only way you can distinguish the carburetor car from the EFI. The EFI is a little faster than the carburetor versions. Even in the timings, they are about 2 seconds down, because Chandima Gooneratne in the EFI car has return time of 1 minute 7 seconds. The carburetor at the best was 1 minute 11. So you might find some of the cars getting a little towards the end of it, not lasting like what the EFIs do. The EFIs, as you know, electronic fuel injection.
Mike has explained the technology of the whole story, so you can try and spot the bulge for the EFI and the carburetor back.
The cowling at the back. Slight bulge means it's a carburetor version. But cars in front at the moment are the EFIs.
Is there a variation or a differential in efficiency with the carburetor and the EFI?
Yes, carburetor, as you know, it's a mechanical thing where you adjust your airflow and your petrol into the chamber. But where the EFI is concerned, electronic fuel injection obviously is better.
So there you go. Brayan Perera, Ayush Bandara and Chandima Gooneratne, the 1, 2, 3 so far. But this is 8 laps to go, so plenty of time for changes.
Yes, definitely, because they're all equally powered. They're all like a bunch of bees as they go into the corners, and on the backstretch, you might find them exchanging places. On the backstretch for the second time, going to Cobb's corner. That's called the Cobb's corner because it's a right angle corner. Taken in second gear at about a 60, maybe 70 kilometers per hour. Those cars they hold the road pretty well because their center of gravity virtually, the car's only about 1.5 to 2 feet off the ground. So with the center of gravity down, your cornering speeds are way faster than a saloon car.
So there you go. Enjoying the pictures live on Channel Live for you. Mike Madhugala, our expert, fabulous, and myself, just to add a little bit of color. And with Dinesh and Lal adding to this wonderful ice story here live and streaming around the world, Mike.
Yes,
we are streaming around the world.
Yes, that's what iChannel brings you. And of course, my friend Chandra is spicing it up.
As much as I can, given the fact that I've got a decent bit of lunch now, or at least a pack in a plastic box.
Open it, like I told you, surprises galore. Back to racing, they're all going over the curbs, they're going over the grass, some of them. You shouldn't do that, you should stick to the tarmac, because as long, when you go off, you lose momentum. Especially this type of car, you're equally powered, you lose 20 meters, and then you lost it, you'll never be able to regain that. Because the guy in front is not going to let you get go, because 20-30 meter lead in a particular event of this nature is a win from a loss. But in the meantime, in the lead is Brayan Perera has dropped down second or third place. Is it Chandima or Clement Senaratne in the lead? EFI, Brayan Perera, the youngster. He's been doing well since of late. Came into racing from go-karts, and I think they went to India also from go-kart racing. So Brayan Perera, he's got his brother also running in this particular event. I think. Well, a lot of big names in this. Chandima Gooneratne, Brayan Perera, Clement Senaratne, Ramesh Perera, Kevin Perera, that's the brother, and Dulmit Mendes. So they are all regularly racing these machines, including some go-karting that they do at Bandaragama and at Batramulla. So racing has virtually got into their blood.
Automatic සමගින් ලෙසෙන් ෆෝමියුලා මැක්ලරන් 4 EFI තරගයේ සෝමයේ ක්‍රියාත්මක කරමින් පවතින සිලින්ඩර් ධාරිතාව 1300 පැඩි කිලෝමීටර 120ට 130ට වඩා අධික වූ වේගයකින් ධාවනය කරන රථ මෙන්න තමන්ගේ තව තරග වටයක් නිමා කරන ආකාශ 5 බ්‍රයන් පෙරරා ඉදිරියේ.
Thank you very much, Dinesh. And Mahai Madugala, of course, make up the team here. And here we are with the Formula McLaren. We're talking about the carburetor and the EFI technology. So it comes down to driver skill, the ability to negotiate what has become pretty much a perfect tarmac here at Katukurunda. And what a wonderful flagship to have this as part of Sri Lanka motor racing history. The Air Force camp here, of course, very proud to be able to provide the facilities and ensure that race drivers and fans and SLARDAR are enjoying the best of facilities here. You could be anywhere in the world really when you look down from the eye in the sky. This picture is live on Channel I, of course. Here it is, a slow-mo, a little scared, but controlled nevertheless. Being able to readjust quickly. You see the little bit of a GoPro on the helmet there as well. Nice touch. We'd like to see those pictures a little bit later on. Mahen, nice to have those GoPro cameras.
I know, but I don't think that guy would like to watch it spinning out of the race.
Losing control. He just seemed to lose it a little bit just coming around the corner.
Because these are all rear wheel drive, and you've got to keep that power really down. Because as soon as you take your foot off, you can find the car fishtailing, and you hit a curb, you're off.
That's how slight the differential. You're gone.
You're gone. But I think in the meantime, race being led by Brayan Perera. Chandima Gooneratne in second place with Clement Senaratne in third. But that's where the EFIs are concerned. But I don't know how the carburetor cars are faring. It's a little difficult to distinguish those numbers, just to identify those drivers, because they're all similar looking cars. And when you say two races being run concurrently, so they're going to have two separate podiums, one for the carburetor and one for the EFI.
Yes, so we are unable to decipher that. So it just...
You can see that bulge. Now that's a carburetor version. He's been overtaken by one of the EFIs.
Just taken on the inside there.
The rear scoop like bulge you see at the back, the cowling at the back. Now that's the carburetor version.
So we're just 7 of 8 laps gone now.
I think second and third are closing in. Brayan Perera is in the lead. Clement Senaratne is closing in on, I don't know, yes, I think Clement is closing in on Chandima Gooneratne. So Chandima Gooneratne be closed in by Clement Senaratne. So Clement just biding his time just to see how the race goes. He's closed in on Chandima Gooneratne, but no problems for Brayan Perera. He's in the lead. No, it's Brayan Perera being closed in by Chandima Gooneratne. So Chandima lying second has closed in on Brayan Perera.
He certainly has. So it'll be interesting to see which one is the EFI and which one is the carburetor.
Well, I don't know. I think the first 5 cars are all the EFIs.
Okay. So that says it all, really. In the meantime, hope you're enjoying these pictures on Channel I as we bring you these commentaries all the way through. All 22 races are going to be broadcast live for your pleasure at home and wherever else you are in the world. Sri Lankan Islanders sat down around their computer screens, plugged in, enjoying what has become a spectacular day here in Katukurunda, the best of Kalutara.
Yes. So Chandima Gooneratne slipstreaming Brayan Perera on the backstretch. Now that's exactly what he should be doing. You slipstream. Something about slipstreaming. You get in behind, and the air vacuum that is created by the front car helps you to pull in front. That's on the outside and in on the inside. So Chandima Gooneratne. Now this is a bit of a ding-dong battle for first place here.
Yes, it is.
It's a checkered flag.
Oh! That was the closest finish so far.
Yeah, Brayan, half a car length in front of Chandima Gooneratne with Clement Senaratne coming third. Let's see what happens to the carburetor versions. Let's see if they can distinguish those cars coming through. That's the carburetor version. Now that's the carburetor version coming in about 6th or 7th, but
there we go, there's the finish.
Yeah.
Slow it down. Yes, yeah. Brayan in front. Just.
Brayan Perera සහ Clement Gooneratne අතර ප්‍රබල සටනක් දක්නට තිබුණා. බොහෝ අවස්ථාවකදී උත්සාහ කළා කෙසේ හෝ තරගයෙන් පෙරමුණ එන්නට. නමුත් හැකියාව ලැබුණේ නැහැ. ඒ අනුව තරගය නිමා කරන්නේ ප්‍රමුඛ වශයෙන් Brayan Perera, Chandima Gooneratneයි එහි දෙවන තැන හිමි වන ආකාරයක් දක්නට ලැබුණා.
All right, so let's have a quick look at the highlights, and then Mayan can talk you through the whole story of the carburetor and the EFI.
So that's how it started. Like we mentioned, both events being run concurrently. Difficult to distinguish those cars. The carburetor version is slightly slower, about 3 seconds per lap. If you look at the timings, you find the EFI is running about a 1.7, with the carburetors doing about a 1.10 or 1.11. But technically, if the carburetor is tuned properly, it should keep up with an EFI. Maybe quarter second, half a second, but I'm a little surprised that they are down about 3 seconds per lap. Oh, that's someone spinning out. Like you mentioned, he's got a GoPro. He won't want to watch that episode at home. When he goes.
Picture just changes perspective entirely. So beautiful sight though, still imposing really when you see these machines come out.
Yep.
And there's that big finish. Outstanding.
A photo finish.
Fabulous highlights there on Channel I. Hope you're enjoying these pictures, because it is a perfect Sunday afternoon in every sense of the word. It's another day in paradise for all of us. My country, our paradise. Sri Lanka's best sport on Channel I, and a Sunday in front of the screen, enjoying wherever you are. This perfect day is quite outstanding. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, more thrills and spills here at Katukurunda. Thank you very much, and here we are now. Anuradha Suryarachi, Deputy General Manager, Marketing Services, Sri Lanka Telecom, presenting the awards. In fact, there was 2 races in that McLaren story. So Chandima Gooneratne was in 2nd place, and Brayan Perera, proud day for him, winning that McLaren race. So just 19 years old, according to Mahen. How special when the likes of Gooneratne, who was just 11, and the likes of Brayan Perera, who was just 19, shows the skill in these young men, and what a big future ahead for them with motor racing. And of course, between the motorcycles challenge and the racing challenge, the world is their oyster, really. So much to look forward to for these young men and women. And when you see what Sheha Jayawardene has been doing here today, it also makes it a very even story. Here's the 2nd set of awards, also by Anuradha Suryarachi, the Deputy General Manager for Sri Lanka Telecom, Marketing Services for Sri Lanka Telecom. Sri Lanka Telecom, of course, our principal partner here for the Katukurunda Tarmac Championships. Big smiles, what more do you say? There's nothing else to say, really. You know, all of that hard work, all of that technical knowledge, all of the training, the practice, the crew, the time, and everything combines. And there you go, the podium, and the big thumbs up, the big smiles with your trophy. That is what sport is all about. Joining hands, doesn't matter if you're 1st, 2nd or 3rd. It's the same effort involved, and it's just that marginal difference that makes you a champion.